Hello, welcome to the B&B YouTube channel. I am Brandy Bland and this is our, Scotland's staring at me. This is our first YouTube video. I have filmed this makeup look 3 times now, but I think I successfully got it this time. Fingers crossed. It was my fault every single time. I did do a makeup look today. It's like pink, bronzy, fun. I love it. It's matte, so it's gonna last all day if you are oily. I'm using the Nude Huda palette. I do want to say welcome though to the channel. Thank you for watching. I hope you make it all the way to the end. But this is the B&B YouTube channel. It's going to be a lifestyle channel. Sorry, I'm holding Scotland. So there's going to be all kinds of stuff on here. There's going to be food, travel, workouts, literally everything. Also, we're starting the podcast, so we're going to also record video of the podcast. If you don't like to watch or like listen to them, you can just watch us. Sometimes it like adds a little bit extra when you see our faces. So I hope you love this video. I hope you continue coming back and watching all the videos that we post. Do subscribe and give us a thumbs up. I'm going to put a little link in the description section of this video. It will be a link to my Like to Know It account. Get the app, follow me on there, or even go to the website, because I will have a link to every single one of the products I used in this video on there that you can just literally click. It will tell you where I got it, how much it is. You can buy it right directly from there. So I hope you loved it. Enjoy the video. Come back and see us. Scotland is sleepy. It's pouring the rain outside. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm about to head out to work and then go eat and go see Endgame. I hope it's freaking amazing. So, bye. So, Scotland and I are here. It is raining outside, so I am preparing for humidity. So today I'm going to start off my face using primer. I'm going to start off with the Smashbox Minimize Pore primer, and I'm going to use that like on my cheeks and my chin because that's where I have some enlarged pores, which I'm getting microneedling on Monday. It's supposed to help with pores. We're going to see. Okay, so I just put a little bit of that on my cheeks and my chin there, and then I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer. And I'm just going to put that on my T-zone because that's where I get oily, because I live in West Virginia where we have a ton of humidity. And don't use a lot of this stuff because, oh my gosh, it will literally like change the texture of your skin and not make it apply well. It's really nice to contain the oil, but just use a little bit at a time and not too much. And you want to make sure your primer is completely dry before you go put your foundation on. Okay. So I just use a little bit of that right in my T-zone. Scotland's getting comfy. She literally sits in my lap the entire time I do makeup. And my hair, but I already did my hair. She was on my lap for that though. She will sleep soon. She's got a bath, that's why she looked silly. She literally hates baths. Okay, so I'm gonna go in first with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation in the shade 170. Really important to get your right shades, guys. Also, you have to shake this. I did not shake it the first time, and I feel like it honestly affected how I use makeup. So just do 1 pump at a time. I'm going in with a wet, like a damp Real Technique sponge. Her line does say to use a brush, and sometimes I will go in with a brush, like the Morphe M439 brush. But if you're oily and you want this to be like really long wear, I just feel like a sponge really presses it into the skin and you're gonna get the most and like longest wear out of it. And her line does oxidize pretty quickly, so just do 1 pump at a time. And if you're using a sponge, just go pretty fast because it will dry if you're like new to putting foundation on or anything like that. Because you're like tapping the whole time, just tap, 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 tap. It's very tedious. Okay, so now I've used up pretty much that whole 1 pump. I'm gonna go with 1 more. Same concept, just get it everywhere. Normally I do my hair after, because I feel like your hair never looks perfect until your makeup's done, but for the sake of doing this video, I did it opposite because I didn't want to clip up. I didn't want to not have my hair done, but I also didn't want to clip up my done hair because I do have to wear this all day. So if you haven't heard anything about Rihanna's line of makeup, it is supposed to be like really mattifying, made of good products. She says the worst thing is being caught with a shiny face. So she's about it, guys. And I do really like everything. All of her stuff is really good quality and lasts. Like a little bit goes a long way. So I definitely give her whole line a thumbs up. And I'm only not using her primers because I have to literally, like, it's raining outside. I do like the primer, but if I'm going like longer than 6 hours or something, I don't feel like it holds up amazing. Okay, so I pretty much just patted that everywhere. Now I'm gonna go in with the Fenty same Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Concealer. And I'm doing that in the shade 120. So I just put a little bit like halfway down my nose, put on my forehead. On a normal day, this is all I do. I don't do anything like here. If I'm doing like an event makeup or something, which I'm sure eventually I'll do a video for that, I would do like my whole jawline and everything like that. So I do go in with a different beauty blender now. It's also damp. Why am I calling these beauty blenders? They're Real Technique sponges. Whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. And I'm just gonna dab that out. Mainly carry it out, not really down much. If you have a larger face, you can carry it down a little bit. But I got a pretty small face, guys. So you pretty much just want to make it like a little thing, carry it out. You're still dabbing. Mario Badescu says for the creases under your eyes, blend inward. So I blend out and in. Just make sure I got it everywhere. So out and in. And then your nose, just keep it as centered as you possibly can, little dabs. I do carry it down a little bit. I just don't want to put a ton of concealer there. And when you get to your forehead, just kind of make like a little oval shape. It's okay if you get it on your eyebrows. We will clean that off later. Don't go very high though. This is only to make your forehead like seem a little bit bigger, but you're gonna bronze in. So it honestly like balances everything out. I don't have anything down here, just whatever's left on my sponge. Boom. Now I'm going in with her Fenty Loose Setting Powder in the shade Butter. And I'm gonna put that everywhere, but first I'm gonna go in with a dry sponge and tap it everywhere I just put concealer. Like press it into your skin. It doesn't need to be blended out though. You're just pressing it in there and getting it covered. It's like baking your face, but you're not like waiting as long. So I got that whole cheek area, and I'm just gonna tap my nose and carry it up onto my forehead. I'm gonna put a little bit on my chin. Now I'm gonna go in with a big fluffy round brush, and this is a Morphe R2. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that powder on my face. And I'm gonna put this everywhere, like even places I didn't put concealer, and even places that I don't have the powder now. So as you put it on, you're blending the other stuff, and you're covering everything else. Okay, so now we are done with all of our light colors. Now we're gonna go in and contour. To contour today, I'm gonna use the NARS, I can't talk, the NARS bronzer in the shade Laguna. And it is a really pretty color. It looks pretty dark there, but it's honestly like not super dark. It's not like insanely pigmented or anything, and it blends out really nicely. So I'm going in with the Morphe E4 brush. This one's perfect for contouring because it's like pointed upwards, so it like finely blends the top. So you just want to go right below your jaw or your cheekbone and make big circles. So just big circles still. I get a little bit more on my brush, and I carry it up my temples and around my forehead. You want to do that on both sides. Okay, when you have like nothing left on your brush, then like blend it down on your forehead just to make sure everything is perfectly blended. Now here's a little secret for your jawline to make it look like you have a better jawline. I do take the same brush, turn it sideways. You want to follow your jawline. So you're getting it a little bit on your jawline and a little bit on your neck. Then you turn it upwards and do right here. Cut it. Cut out that jawline. Okay. Sorry, I'm with the other side. Okay, now we're all done. I will go in and bronze like the rest of myself, like my neck and stuff, with that same bronzer at the very end. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with blush. And we're using the Becca Mineralized Blush in the shade Flower Child. It's really pretty. I'm super into like pale, like little pinks on my cheek And I'm actually using the Morphe M553 brush. This makes it really nice. Just put a little bit of product there, a little bit at a time, because this blush is very pigmented. And you want to put it highlight, blush, bronzer. And the same thing, I just do like circles or like back and forth. And this has just like a little bit of shimmer in it, which is really nice. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and I'm going to use the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion on my eyelids. This is a must have. I see people out. I see my sister and my mom who used to use this. I've gotten this for them and they like stopped using it. I have no idea why. And their eyeshadow starts creasing. I mean, we live in a humid state. Okay, so I just set my eyes. I let that dry for just a second, and I'm actually going to take a Q-tip and some makeup remover and just clean the makeup off of my eyebrows because they are microbladed, so I really don't have to do much to them. I am going to use that Anastasia new brow product that I told you guys about on my story because I've used it a little bit more and I think it's actually not bad. Okay, I let that dry for a second and then I do like just go in and blend it a little bit with a Q-tip. You're gonna make sure it's not too wet, otherwise it'll wipe off the rest of your makeup, which will not be fun. Okay, I do not need to use this, but I did buy it, so I wanted to see how it worked. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Gel, and I got it in the shade medium brown. I might not have meant to do that. Anyways, like I said, I don't need this. I feel like this is honestly more for people who don't want to fill in their eyebrows. It literally just darkens like the hair. You just have to be really careful because it legit darkens the hair. So if you need to like clean up your eyebrows, I mean, honestly, you can see like a little difference. It's not like anything crazy. But if you like, see, it picked up on that little baby hair. You gotta be really freaking careful. Like, which I kind of like a messy, like natural look like that's in. Okay, so I just brushed it on, follow the natural like shape of your eyebrow. Honestly, I don't think it's like a must or anything like that, and maybe just like start with a lighter color, but I love dark eyebrows. And it really does like darken, it like darkens the hair. It's not like on your skin, so that is nice. It's like a totally different look. It's more natural, I will say that. So I won't do anything else with that because it honestly hardens like the clear brow gel, which I normally would just put on as clear brow gel from Anastasia. So now I'm going to go in and do my eyes with like one of my new favorite palettes. This is the Huda Beauty palette in the shade Nude. If you follow me on Like to Know It, I do have all of my products linked there. Or just like screenshot my Instagram photos and then open up the app, or it might even email it to you. I'm not really sure. Just so you can see all the products and you can like follow them right to their website where you can buy them. Okay, so I am gonna go in first with my Morphe E23 brush. This is synthetic hair for blending, and I'm gonna start with the two lightest colors, Bare and Play. And I'm gonna cover my whole lid with Bare first, kind of as a setting powder. And it's a neutral color, so it's just gonna look like my natural skin first. That way everything blends out perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna go with that shade Play that I showed you, and I'm gonna start in the crease area, windshield wipe motion back and forth, and then blend it upwards. We're just gonna create dimension here because I have hooded lids. Like when I open my eye, all you can pretty much see is the top and a little bit of my eyelid. So you gotta make that top brow bone pretty, otherwise you ain't see nothing. Okay. After that, I'm going to go in with the shade Secret right here and go pretty much in the same exact place. Dab a little bit in that outer corner first, and then windshield wiper motion, blend it upwards. You want to be making sure to use a synthetic brush at first because it is more blendable and gonna be less pigmented. Okay, so we just finished with that shade Secret here, and now I'm gonna go in with the shade Teddy. Same place. I'm gonna keep it a little bit lower here, so you're just starting the outer corner. I tapped a little bit on and just windshield wiper motion, and you only want to carry it to right about where your inner corner starts, Not blending it anywhere upwards, just putting a little bit on. We're still using that synthetic brush, so it's not super, super pigmented. Pat it on the outer corner there. Then windshield wiper motion it to about half of your lid there. Not carrying it upwards or downward, just stay in that crease line. Boom. Okay, so we're done with this brush, and now I am going to go in with a real hairbrush. Look at all that. This is the Morphe N441. I like to keep all my color on there from past life looks that I did because it's just nice. Brittany asked me, my older sister, if she could buy my used eyeshadow brushes off of me because they just had like fun colors in there. Like it just adds a little bit. I don't know. I like it. Okay. So now I'm just going to go in a tiny bit with Tease and then Raw. Just a little bit. And I'm only going with Tease so it adds like a little bit of a depth in another color. Boom. Mixed together, it almost looks like a brown because there's not a brown in this palette. I was going to pull out like my Jaclyn Hill palette and use a brown from there, but when you put on this Tease color with the other ones, it almost looks a little bit brown because it's like a deep purple, but mixed with those pinks and a little bit of reddish. Boom, you got a brown a little bit. Okay. Perfect. Now I don't have anything on my brush. I'm literally just blending a little bit up. Making sure everything's blended and going high. Perfect. And now I'm going to go in with E28 Morphe brush, and I'm going to put on that raw color right here. A little bit, guys. It's always better to start small and just build. So I'm going to tap this right on my lower inner corner here. Tap, tap, tap. And then I'm going to blend it. And this is a pointed blending brush, so you have to over exaggerate your motion so that you're moving the tip of it also. Because otherwise you'll just be moving the middle of it and the top will not be doing anything. So look at that. The depth is insane over there. Same here. Tap, tap, tap. On that lower and outer corner there, then you're going to blend it. Perfect. Okay. If you feel like you need any more at this point, you could totally go in. I might go a tiny bit more in with that Tease on this side. Okay, there. So, 2 more things left with the eyeshadow. And now I'm going to go in with one of the glitters because there are some freaking insanely beautiful glitters on this look. I actually think I'm going to go with Charm because I haven't used it yet and it looks like it's a little bit darker. So, I'm going to go with my finger for the sheer fact, oh, it's like a bronze. Is there? Man, there's a lot of colors in this. We'll see. I'm using my finger because there's oils in our finger, oils in our skin. So I got oils on my finger and oil on my eyelid. It's just going to make this pop a little bit. If you have like a Fix Plus like setting spray or even a tiny bit of like water or anything like that, that works too. But honestly, I feel like just putting it on with my finger brings out enough oils in it. Oh, this is intense. Okay. And I just pat and then rub a little bit. Same with the other side, you unfortunately have to switch fingers. There's a little bit of more pink in this than it looks like on there. I might go in with like a gold on top of it because it's like kind of pink for today. You just want to make sure you get that inner corner. Having longer nails totally does not help. Okay, and you just want to make sure you tap out to the other eyeshadow there so it like blends some of the glitter onto it. This is really pretty for the look I'm going for today though. I want to add a little bit of the like champagne color so it's not like just solid pink because I think I'm wearing this top today. Okay, so I'm going to go in with Crave on top of that just to tone it down a tiny bit, if it will. Okay, I think I toned it down a little enough. I have a hair in my eyeball. Boom. Okay, now I'm going to I clean pretty much everything up with just Q-tips. I have some Q-tips on there. And just lightly clean it up so there's not like a ton of glitter like above your inner corner right here. Okay, the last thing with the eyeshadow, I'm going in with any kind of little brush like this will do. It's just like a fat little short blender. So blending under, or eyeshadow like being smoked underneath your eye is a really big like 2018 going into 2019 trend. Oh, Scotland just fell. Got you, girl. Anyway, so I'm going to go underneath my eye with a little bit of that raw. This will be weird at first, like the first time you do it. And it will seem really intense, but once you put on your mascara and everything, you're totally fine. And I love this palette. Like, it's a must-have. The colors are really blendable. I need to try the Huda foundation, honestly. I've heard pretty good things about it. So I don't wear any eyeliner per se, other than just like smoking out my lash line with eyeshadow. So first I use that brush. Now I'm going to go on the top with a flat definer brush. It's an E15. I do actually think I'm going to open up my Jack and Hill palette for that. I'm just going to get the darkest brown down here and just put it right on my outer lash line. Just kind of dab it in there because you literally want it just to be like smoky. You don't want it to look like eyeliner. Boom. Guys, I'm feeling this eye look. Feeling it. Okay. Now mascara time. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I talked about these Marc Jacobs primer mascara a while ago. It wasn't a love, and now I really, really like them. You gotta like play around with them until you figure out your perfect amount first. So I don't use the primer on my bottom lashes. I just use the regular mascara on my bottom lashes. Then I'll go in and prime my top ones. And if you get mascara anywhere, wait till it dries to get it off. It's still on. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs primer now. Let me tell you what, you look silly. And don't put a ton of this on because that honestly affects the rest of it and it'll make your mascara look clumpier. They're definitely like thicker with this on, but if you put too much, it's just not pretty. That's when you run into those like spider lashes. So when I originally did this look, the first time I filmed it, I did Charlotte Tilbury liner and lipstick, but now I'm going to switch to just using the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. I need to get the lipstick in Pillow Talk. I'm going to get it. And then I'm going to use the Buxom Plumping Lip Cream, which I didn't know was a plumping lip cream when I first bought it, but you know what? It's fine. It doesn't really plump anything. But the color is beautiful, and I'm using it in the shade Pink Champagne. So I'm gonna line my lips really quick. Alright, so just blend it onto your lip a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm gonna take that Buxom lip gloss. It honestly is like a tinted baby pink. I put the liner underneath it, so it makes it a tiny bit darker. But you don't even have to wear a liner with this. Like, I'll reapply all day long because it's not gonna like last. And it's beautiful alone. Look how pretty is that? It's so pretty. Okay, let me put some mascara on because I'm looking so freaky right now. You just want to make sure you cover all the primer. Okay. Also, I don't use lash curlers because I've seen so many young girls cut their eyelashes off. Not that I think I'm going to. I just don't want to like other people to see me doing it and do it. So I literally just put my fingers here and blink down and hold it while they dry. You can even use like a hairdryer on low if you want to. Like I said, if you got mascara anywhere, just let it set because I got some here. I'll rub it off and with a Q-tip, it'll come right off. Okay, so I'm going to bronze my neck. Oh my gosh, guys, I forgot to bronze my nose. What is happening? It's because I don't really have to do it. My nose is fine. Not that anybody has to do it. I'm going in with the Morphe M572 brush. And you just want to use it on the where as soon as your nose starts to curve, or even before that if you have like a wider nose or anything, just make a small little narrow outline. Do a little bit at the bottom here. Boom. And then I go in with a Morphe E8 brush. There's nothing on here. Just maybe leftover clear powder. I'm just blending that in. This is because I had to film this so many times that I like legit forgot to bronze my nose, guys. Thank you. Okay, we're cool. We're back to normal, guys. Whew, already missed that. Now that my mascara is probably dry in that amount of time, I will go in and just clean up anywhere where I have mascara. Just lightly rub it off. Boom, gone. And if you have any underneath your eye, which I don't think I really do, I would go with Q-tip too. The Q-tip will actually blend out that little stuff underneath of our eye, the eyeshadow that we put there to smoke out. Okay, so bronze my neck with that NARS bronzer one more time, and we are done. I don't really use highlighters that often because I'm oily, like I said. Having a mineralizer blush helps a ton. To finish off the look, I'm going in with the De-Slick Urban Decay Setting Spray. And I will just spray that all over my freaking face. And then we have it. Hope you like it.